Hello, boys and girls. Today we're talking about how God's plan is about forgiveness. Forgiveness, being forgiven. We saw how Joseph, in the first story, he forgave his brothers. He knew that they meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. And so he forgave them. And that is a picture of what God does for us when we trust in him. Now you see, this is going to represent our lives. Your life, my life, whatever. And we know that our bodies are made up of a lot of water. There's a lot of water in our bodies, and that's all that this is water. And but our lives aren't pure like that, are they? Because from the day we were born, we had this sin nature that wants to have our own way, and we start sinning. And so maybe we just sin a little bit, but oh boy, does that mess up our life, doesn't it? And we sin a little bit more, and a little more, and a little more, until our life is really a mess. And boy, that is a mess. But we know that Jesus came to take the punishment for our sin, didn't he? So we're going to pour all of this sin on Jesus, because that's what happened to Jesus on the cross. He took all the sin of the whole world on himself. But it didn't stick, did it? It didn't do anything to him. He was still clean. Wow. Because Jesus had never sinned and he was God. Even though all of the sin of the world was poured on him, and he took the punishment for all of the sin, he was still pure. But my life's still a mess, see? What do I have to do to get rid of my sin? My personal sin, see? Well, I have to trust in Jesus. I have to believe that what he did on the cross was enough to get rid of all of my sin. And so when I trust in Jesus, when I make that choice to believe in him, then he comes along and he gets rid of my sin too. What if I sin again? Do I ever sin after I was saved? Did I ever sin? Yeah, I do it all the time. Sometimes I mess up. So maybe I sin a little bit more. But you know what? It just disappears because Jesus died for all of my sin, not just the sin that I already did. He died for the sin that I'm going to do tomorrow and next week and next year and in 5 years. He died for all of it. So he gets rid of all of it. What I need to do is, like our memory verse for today says, I need to confess my sin. I need to agree with him that it was sin. But he cleans it up. And then I can have fellowship with him.